Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're plunging to something pretty extraordinary, a whole series of really urgent emails marked eyes only,
Hmm.
and they're alleging, a massive national emergency.
That's right. We're talking claims about the UK government being subverted, an urgent military crisis affecting Commonwealth realms, places like Australia, Canada, Jamaica.
So our goal here is simple. Unpack these very unusual sources, understand the claims from this single individual. It's kind of a shortcut to getting up to speed on a very specific, very dramatic situation that's been alleged.
And the core idea, the central claim, is really something else. A direct appeal about a military emergency stating His Majesty's government might be compromised by, quote, hostile enemy actors.
Okay, let's get into the details. Who is sending these? The name we have is Graham Wilkins. He identifies himself as the director of a company called Capstone Estates Limited.
Yeah, and interestingly, the company seems based in France. He even provides personal details in the emails, UK passport number, date of birth, quite specific.
But here's a curveball. In one of the later emails, he says he's writing from Bangkok, which seems, well, odd given the French address. What do you make of that?
It does add another layer of mystery, doesn't it? Where is he? Why Bangkok? But getting back to the core message, it was incredibly alarming. He described the most dangerous and grave situation. He said, an urgent military emergency has developed.
And the claim about the government.
That His Majesty's United Kingdom government appears subverted by hostile enemy actors. Strong words. He also mentioned his company, Capstone Estates, had evidence of wrongdoing in what he called a top-secret report.
Wow. Okay, so not just vague warnings. And who was he trying to warn? Who got these emails?
This is where it gets really interesting. He aimed high. Very high. Initially, emails went out to loads of governor generals across the Commonwealth.
Australia, New Zealand?
Yep. Bahamas, Jamaica, many others, all apparently sent around August 9th, 2023.
So trying to alert the king's representatives across the globe.
Exactly. But that wasn't all. There was also a significant message sent earlier, July 13th, to the Archbishop of Canterbury, Justin Welby.
The Archbishop? Why him?
He urged him to step in as Chief Lord Spiritual. He even suggested convening a synod, like an emergency church meeting.
Trying every angle, it seems. Was he persistent?
Incredibly so. There were repeated attempts to email His Majesty the King directly, using various official-sounding addresses, starting way back on July 6th, 2023.
And others in the UK government?
Oh, yes. Reports supposedly sent to UK Privy Councillors around July 16th, letters to the Home Secretary, the Prime Minister, too.
So a full-court press, basically. Did he get through?
Well, this leads to a really critical point he makes. He says he received non-delivery messages trying to email the king.
Bounce back.
Apparently. And this led him to raise serious concerns. He questioned who has the audacity to hack communications to His Majesty. He then claimed it was, quote, no longer possible to reliably contact HMK or HMG UK via email.
That's a huge claim, that the king and government are unreachable electronically because of hacking.
Precisely. And you see his escalating urgency over weeks, July to late August. He was using multiple different email accounts, too.
Yeah.
GMX, BK4U, Tutanota.
Which just adds to the slightly cloak and dagger feel of it all.
It does. And look, whether you believe the claims themselves or not, this whole episode really highlights something important.
Which is?
The sheer difficulty of getting extraordinary information verified, especially when it's aimed so high. And it makes you think about the vulnerabilities, of official communication channels. How do they handle something this out of the ordinary?
Yeah, if someone genuinely believes there's a crisis, but the usual doors seem closed or hacked, what then?
It's a real challenge for information flow in the digital age. How do you separate a credible, unconventional warning from noise or delusion or even deliberate disinformation?
So wrapping this up, what we've seen is one person's really determined effort, trying desperately to warn the highest levels, the king, governors general, the archbishop, PM, about what he saw as a fundamental threat to the UK and Commonwealth.
We've covered the dramatic nature of his claims, the specific people he targeted, and his apparent struggles with just getting the message through official email.
It definitely leaves you thinking, how do we, just as everyday people, figure out what's real when urgent information pops up in strange ways?
That's the provocative thought, isn't it? What does this kind of deep dive tell us about how critical information, or maybe just alarming information, might try to surface outside the usual channels? And the huge challenge of knowing what or who to believe.
Definitely something to ponder.